The seasonal chart provides us from plowing the land, then germination, cultivation, and then eventually the harvesting. So basing on this, so we have the time will for the cultivation is measured by the human beings, and so they also celebrated the harvesting ceremony, which eventually the Sumerians, even the Syrians and the Lemurians, and also the entire at this present moment we have, even in our own country, we have like the Gawai festival, and of course mm, uh, we know very well that even in India we have, for Tamilians we have Pongal, and this is a Thanksgiving ceremony where based on this understanding about the nature, and the mother, where we call her as Annapurni, where she nourishes us. So that's how that we thank the Lord, or we thank the Divine Mother. So based on this system, in ancient we have Mari, means rain. Amman, in Africa at times she is been addressed as Amun. So all this is a turning of the human civilization in a different languages and different understanding, but it is coming back to the same theory, where we have Mariamman being celebrated into much of villages as that mother who gives us and grants us that good cropping, where she brings in the rain and she also gives us a good harvest. So the entire human civilization based on the spiritual understanding and the spiritual value. So the celebrations are much based on the understanding of the nature and the rewards it brings to us. So okay, as we begin earlier, so I say this is part of the Nadi Tathuvam, where we understand in the similar nature, where the river brings in the water, but where this main river gets its source, we know it gets it from the streamlines of a lot of water catchment areas, so that eventually it flows into the main river from the stream. Then we have the entire thing, entire benefit, until the such time that she rewards us with the good food supply for the beneficial of the humankind. But we also have to go further. Basing on this, the Nadi Tathuvam propagates. See, the Nadi Tathuvam, probably it has not been spoken, or it has not been written for ages. It has vanished from the books. So now, probably the mother is bringing the great knowledge back to the world through us. So the understanding is such, we have to look at the fundamental, how the entire system works, as we have been already explaining about the system of the cultivation. Now we have to look at how she nourishes us, and after she gives us the supply, are we going to value it? This is very important. So it is a cycle indeed. So how we going to value it is, what is our, as a human body, how we have been made. We know that we have been made into a lot of channels, where we have to our knowledge, as we talk about Kundalini Shakti, we know that there is a 7 main chakras, and it breaks up. So in our understanding, we have been talking, we have that one, where it breaks up into 3, where equivalent to the Om, A, U, M, we have the 3 main source, where we call them as a deity, or in a deity we call them Margadamba, Karpagambal and Nalidambar. In the Nadi we call them Ida, Pingala and Pushpana. So the 1 becomes 3, 3 becomes 7, 7 eventually becomes probably 72,000 channels in the system. So, as far for Nadi Tathuvam, we have to understand the merciful Mother is giving us that energy through this cultivation, and when we consume it, that energy that she provides must be used for a good cause of understanding the merciful Mother's or the merciful Father's identity. We have to ask our own self whether we understand the actual system of how she is nourishing. We just simply say that she nourishes us. Annapurni gives us food, but truly how? So when she nourishes us, that we have good supply of food is being supplied to our system, then our entire system is being activated. In songs like when Swami Aridas, he sings songs like Ayiram Ayiram Kodi Mada Yanegal Panisaya Kundana Vilangum Bammani, because his body is supported by so many channels. All these channels are being supported by the energy which is coming out from the Mooladhara chakra. From there, Ayiram Ayiram Mada Yanegal Panisaya. This body is being supported by this energy flow which is from the Mooladhara chakra, and it is energized to the entire body. So where the 72,000 nadis are getting supplied of this energy, the energy that we have received from food. So by understanding this means it is the same thing where the great God gives us the source, the water for creation. So the merciful Father supplies the water through the rivers and then through the streams and eventually to the main river. We get the supply, then it goes into the cultivating grounds, and then eventually we get the benefit. So it is the same. We have a main source running in our body. That is what is the Sushmana Nadi. So the Sushmana is the main river. It is supported by another two great rivers, which is the Ida and the Pingala. So I take a great opportunity at this moment to say that we have indeed explained about at times the meaning for Tirunir. So I know now by already explained to you in a detailed manner, then I know that you can understand the three Neer is supported by the Ida, Pingala and Pushpa. So we have the three Neer here, means the three main nadis, which is from, as for Hindus we have Lord Shiva, Narayana and Brahma. So we get the Tirunir Tirtham from the three main nadis. So by understanding this, that means now you are understanding how your body is being made. Same pattern as the great Mother has manifested herself to support our system. So we have to identify the same pattern which is running through you, for you to value the great mercy of the Father and Mother, or Kameshwara and Kameshwari. By then you will understand and value you have been supported and you have been fed by the Mother. So this is how we use our ability. This is part and parcel of, in Trividya we talk about Yantra, Mantra and Tantra. So what I am propagating here is part and parcel of Tantrism. Tantrism is none other than not hoodwinding people. Tantrism means Tannudaya Tiramai, one's ability to convert everything into divinity. So one's ability to see God, one's ability to understand, as what we have been discussing, understand the great nature and then eventually saluting the great nature. Indeed, in the ancient civilization like Sumeria, they have a great ceremony which is far more greater than Pongal. They call that Aswamedha Yaga. The Aswamedha Yaga was sacrificed, has been in this time it has been not understood well, but in the ancient. So now we know probably from the books we know Aswamedha Yaga or sacrifice, they will let the horse loose. But in ancient it's much more than that, where the king takes up the stage and he is supported by the great divine energy, where the pure women is used for this ceremony. This is the ceremony you can see. If you wanted to at least get the glimpse of this tradition, then we have to travel to Egypt, where we will know where their value, even the radiance of the sun falling under the wall. If I am not mistaken, the place is called Denver, where they know exactly at this time in a year chart, this radiance of the sun will fall at that particular temple wall. It is the same for us. We celebrate Pongal in a great honor. We say Makara Sankranti Puja. For all the Ayyappan devotees, they know today is the day where they have to see the Makara Jyoti. It is the same. So the tradition has been throughout the world. It is not only belonging to us. Indeed, it belongs to the humankind. But all these ceremonies, all these festivals is only meaningful when we know that actual truth. So this is part and parcel of the Nadi Tathuvam.